You're ready for this? But it don't make songs like that anymore. You know, nowadays, all these songs that sound like that now are samples of those songs from back in the day, but no one makes good original club dancey songs
Club bangers anymore.
Like, no one makes them. Stop sampling stuff. Like, get your own shit. Anyway,
where was I the
that's
other
like
day?
a negative way to start the show.
Very random. There was do you know the Everyman? Is it Everyman Festival?
The cinema?
No, do you know what? That could be absolutely my fault.
Everyday People?
No. It's a house festival.
Oh, I don't know.
Sorry, I must find the name now because it's going to bother me. It's like a massive one. It's not Neverland. Oh, what's it called? It's like an Uns festival anyway. For some reason, there was a live version of it on my TikTok. And they were playing, I will never feel this way without you.
What's that?
Without you. I enjoyed it so much I nearly cried. Because also, you were seeing everyone in the audience be like, without.
But it was like a dancey version.
Tomorrowland. It was Tomorrowland. Yeah. It's like a version. Do you really goes, I will never be this way without you. It felt spiritual. I was like, I get why you people love this shit. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
But also
anyway.
higher. Cocaine.
Oh, they're high on everything. They're high on life, high on the molly, high on it all. Do you introduce it?
Indeed. Hi, guys. Welcome to a brand new episode of Your Receipts, the receipts that belong to you. You know, the episode where we try and help you guys out with your issues, your problems, everything that you are going through, because Lord knows you guys are going through it. So we're here, your resident big sisters, aunties, cousins, sisters, besties, whatever you want to call us, we're here to try and apply some of our life knowledge to the issues that you are facing. So without further ado,
it's your girl Tolly T.
And just call me Audrey. Are you ready to dive in?
Oh, yes, I am. Hi, ladies. I can't even begin to tell you how much brighter you make my Mondays and Wednesdays. When you started dropping 2 episodes a week, it was so exciting. I'm so glad that everyone tells you how amazing you are with every dilemma. It's a testament to how important you are to so many people and the community you've built. Even today, after having a bit of a breakdown, LOL, going for a walk and listening to a Monday episode put me in a better mood. So on behalf of us all, thank you. Thank you.
I love that. It's beautiful, Mum.
To my dilemma, around a year ago, I got an internal promotion at work.
Okay.
To a role with more responsibility.
Okay, shout out you.
My first role in the company was my first big girl job. Girls, I can't lie. For a long time now, I've been a coaster. I put things off and procrastinate. And it got to a point where my new manager was taking notice in a way nobody had before. She came down hard, which was fair. And it gave me a reality check. I know it wasn't fair and all of my colleagues for me to not pull my weight. This happened about a month ago. And since then, I've been really trying my best and working really hard to get all the work back on track. I just want to feel proud of myself. There's a lot of work to catch up on though, and things just keep popping up and I'd forgotten about and my manager reminds me about. The problem is, I've got so much to catch up on and it's causing so much stress.
Yes.
I was previously diagnosed with anxiety and PTSD and I used to have panic attacks. Unfortunately, because of the stressful situation I've put myself in, after 5 years of not having them, the panic attacks have started again. Okay. I had one today before a big meeting and it meant I couldn't continue the day and I had to tell my manager about it. I know that this is stress is all my own doing. I know that I've done this to myself. But every day I wake up feeling so anxious. Just this feeling of dread and I can't get away from it. I just want to shut down and not do anything. My partner is amazing and really tries his best to support me, but I feel like I'm always going to feel this way about this particular job. I can feel my heartbeat rising every time I look at my desk. My problem is I want to leave my job.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to feel this way anymore and I want to be able to go back to feeling myself. I feel like I'll be able to take the lessons I've learned from the mistakes I've made and apply them in a new role. But I also don't want to be someone that gives up when things are hard. I want to show everyone that I can overcome this kind of thing and be a better person to work with. But I guess there's no guarantee I'll never stop feeling so anxious or panicky in this role. So, what do you ladies think? Should I leave my current job and try again elsewhere, or try and stick it out where I am? It probably sounds like I'm asking your permission to leave, LOL, but I'm really torn between the two options. I just don't know what's best for myself anymore, and I would really appreciate any advice. It feels like I might be in a quarter-life crisis or something. I'm 26, and as much as I want to start again, I don't want to give up either. Thoughts?
Do you know what it is? I'll be so real with you. I don't think you should leave that job. I don't think it's the job. I think it's you. I think it's like your mindset. And I know that you have, you've been diagnosed with these things, and that absolutely needs to be taken into account. And I would never try to negate that. And, that's definitely a part of it. But you said it yourself, like you're someone that, and do you know what? I can actually relate because I have that in me as well to kind of coast. And some people in this life things kind of just like, I've got an old friend of mine always used to say, Audrey, you're like a cat, you always land on your feet. And there are some people that are just like that. Like, you can kind of get away with doing the bare minimum and things just work out. But what you don't realize when you're like that is that it's not that things are just working out because you're more favored. It's actually because the world is just ticking over. The world is just ticking over. And I think that with this, I don't think that leaving this job, because you haven't actually complained about the job. Your manager, it sounds to me like this is someone that actually sees your potential and that they know that you're very capable, but for whatever reason, you're just not doing the tasks, you're not meeting your deadlines. And I think it's just something that, because maybe you're not used to it, like maybe you are a cat that's like maybe you are similar to me, you're like a cat that's got 9 lives and you've always landed on your feet and you felt like it was going to happen for you in this job and it hasn't. And like sometimes it gets to a point where you have to just work. Like there's no way about it. Like putting things off and not doing tasks, eventually it's going to lead to what's happened now where you've just got bare things that have just piled up.
Yeah.
I think if you moving jobs is actually just sweeping the issue under the rug, because if you don't learn from this job, you're just going to do it in the next job and you're going to have the same issues and you're just going to find yourself moving and moving and moving. And so in this case, I think that you need to be a tree that's not like, you need to be a tree and like stay.
And stay.
And stay. And take the opportunity whilst you are gainfully employed, whilst you have a manager that kind of knows how you are, that you're familiar with, because you're going to take this and the next manager could be worse and the next manager might not be so understanding. So take advantage of the fact that like, you've been given all these opportunities. They haven't sacked you yet. So there's actually a chance to do better and fix up. And I think you'll feel better. I think that like when you set your tasks and you meet them at the end of the day, like give yourself tasks, give yourself goals for the end of the day that I need to get through these 3 projects. I need to get through these 3 tasks at the end of the day. Don't kill yourself, like do what you can. And I think you'll start to find that you feel less anxious because things are getting done. I think that the anxiety is being amplified because the stuff is piling up.
Yeah. And like, look what it is, the repercussions of your actions. And I think sometimes it's so easy to tell people to be like, just move on, blah, 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 blah. No, you fucked up and these are the repercussions of your actions. And it's like, I'm going to be quite tough lovey because I think it's easy to be like,
I think that's what she wants as well.
Like, just go leave and figure out, start somewhere else. You're going to keep doing it. You're going to like start a fuck up, do a fuck up. Oh, I'll just go to
Yeah.
There is something about finishing something you set out. Even if it's you eventually want to leave, but make sure you've caught up. So
At
you know
least.
you're leaving on good conscience of like, oh, I did what I needed to do. Hey, this might mean you work outside of work hours. It might mean at weekends, you might just have to tap into your laptop a little bit and get things done because these are the repercussions of your actions. I think it's like, and I'm so proud that you were, because do you know, like there's so many quotes to be like, give yourself a break, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah,
blah.
sometimes
blah,
work.
blah, blah, blah. But sometimes you're lazy.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Nobody wants to work these
sometimes I
days.
feel them quotes. I'm like, no, but sometimes I'm actually lazy. It's like, oh, you're not lazy, you're tired, you're overstimulated. That's like, no, I can't lie to you.
It's lazy. This one is laziness.
This one is actually laziness. Like,
Yeah.
I can procrastinate till kingdom comes. Let me tell you how stupid I am. I will turn on my laptop. I'll be like, I'll just do like half an hour of like window shopping.
To ease myself into the work.
I will do one email,
It's
be like,
just
I'll just go get something
distraction.
to eat
It's just
quickly.
distraction.
Yeah, let me just put this TV show on. Oh no, actually, let me clean the house and then I can do it. Girl,
If you don't get to writing.
if you don't get to work, and I think that's a situation here, you put yourself in a situation and you admit to be like, yeah, do you know what? It's my fuck up. Fix it. I think take responsibility for your fuck up, and I promise you that will teach you more than any other lesson you think you've acquired so far. Sometimes you have to face your issues head on. And I don't know if we're talking from a millennial work ethic.
I think maybe because
there were times when like, oh God, like,
yeah.
do you know times I had to stay behind that work to be like,
Same.
you have to finish this thing, I can't lie, just bang it out.
Because I didn't want the next day.
Because
You've got
it
more
will
tasks
make
the
my
next
life
day.
easier the next day. Like I'll be like, finish this thing, stay here late, come a bit earlier. Even if you don't believe in staying late, come a bit earlier, bang it out. On your lunch break, have a little working lunch. I just think these are good practices to how you get to like put yourself together. Otherwise, you will never fix this thing. You're going to keep procrastinating. You're going to keep being lazy because, hey, you can always just leave.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is that, like, in terms of like managing your stress and managing your anxiety, like, do a to-do list. Give yourself hourly targets. Do what you need to do to make it easier outside of running away from it.
100%. And you can make it fun. You can be like, because I don't know about you, but when you achieve your to-do list, don't you just feel like the most accomplished woman in the world?
Sometimes
like,
I write things on my to-do list that I've done, so I can be like,
yeah, exactly. Like, I literally, nothing gives, and as I'm getting older, my memory's going to shit more and more. I have started using my notes more, and I have to do to-do lists. I just have to, otherwise it just gets very overwhelming. There is no feeling like going back to it and then deleting that thing because it's done. Like, I love that feeling. It really gives me a great sense of satisfaction. It lets me know that I haven't put shit off. I've just done it. And you will feel really good. And I promise you that feeling and those endorphins that you get from getting it done will spur you on to want to do it further.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I just think that you're in a good position where you've got a manager that sees your potential and that they've given you a chance.
Just fix up.
Because you could have been sacked. Mm-hmm. Because what do you mean you're not doing tasks and you're still gainfully employed? Sis, yeah, I would.
And also, if the promotion is too much work, just be like, hey, I actually don't think I'm ready for this promotion you've given me.
Fair.
Is it okay to lower? Obviously, you don't want less money, but like, if you think it's too much responsibility, you can't handle it. Speak up.
Exactly. But it's not. She hasn't tried.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you've tried and it's too much and you manage to get everything done and then you're still like, no, this is a bit overwhelming, cool, but you have not tried.
Do you know what I got that was really useful? Friend of the show, when Grace's the productivity method that the diaries that she used, and I found it incredibly useful.
See, there's tools, there's aids. Take advantage.
Yeah, come on, girl. You're not quitting that.
Yeah, get it cracking, man. Cool.
Look after yourself during it, though.
Yeah, exactly. Of course.
You know, do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Next dilemma. Hi, guys.
Hi.
First of all, I just want to say how much I love the podcast and look forward to listening every week. It's the one thing I can always count on to put a smile on my face.
Yay.
So my partner and I have been together for about 2.5 years. Early on, he was very clear about the type of relationship he wanted. He saw himself as the provider and me taking more of a housewife role.
Okay.
That was new for me since I've always been independent, earning my own money and taking care of myself. But I was open to it. As long as my role was respected and I could still pursue my interests, like my side hustle in social media marketing.
Okay.
From the beginning, he talked about making a lot of money and starting his own business. For me, it's not about wealth, but creating a comfortable life together and building a future family. However, despite all his business ideas, he hasn't really acted on any of them.
It's okay.
Exactly. When we became more serious, I even had the opportunity to take a well-paid nannying job in the US with a family I used to work for. I suggested we both go and he could use the time to focus on setting up his business, but he didn't want to, and instead I settled for a much lower paying nanny job in our local city.
Yeah.
Fast forward 2 years, I'm still working full-time along with my side business. Well, he's working part-time in an off license. I've asked him if he'd consider getting a better paying full-time job so we can save for the future and enjoy life together, especially since I've always said I want to start a family by 25 or 26. But he prefers the flexibility of part-time work to focus on his business plans. I've tried to be supportive and not push him, but now that we're living together, I'm starting to feel overwhelmed. I come home to a messy house. He doesn't help with...
This guy's fucking
He's taking the fucking piss. He doesn't help with chores like taking out the bins. And if he's not working, he's playing video games all day and staying up late. Honestly, about provider.
Do you know how it is to give me the spiel?
Exactly. And then I didn't take a job because I'm... Anyway.
Okay.
We hardly spend quality time together anymore. We don't travel much because he doesn't have the money. And he's constantly asking to borrow money without paying it back on time. He keeps saying he's going to become a millionaire.
How?
But I'm starting to doubt it. Plus, I have changed a lot of myself. Like, I don't go out clubbing with friends. I now wear more modest clothes. I'm settling in a job where I don't think I'm valued. I'm 25 now and I feel like I'm at a crossroads. Do I stay and continue to support him, hoping things change? Or do I go back to focusing on my own life, traveling, working, and potentially finding someone whose values and goals are more aligned with mine? I guess my fear is that at 25, it might be harder to meet someone new. And exactly. And I don't want to end up alone. Would love your advice. Thanks so much.
I will be damned if I'm supporting a man that's just a talker.
Exactly.
I will be damned. You raggedy bitch. You promised me a traditional life.
Exactly. Can you imagine?
You said you was going to make a lot of money and I got to chill and cook. You piece of shit. And it's not that you tried and failed.
You're not doing diddly.
You just have not. Failure to launch is your issue. You keep making plans. I have a big thing when people use research for procrastination. You raggedy piece of shit.
He's not even doing that.
And also, you're even in a flexible job environment, which then means you've got more time to
get
actually
things cracking.
activate,
Yeah, 100%.
to launch all of your business plans. Sister, when was the last time you sat with him and told him, yeah, tell me the business plans? Because people just say, I've got business plans. What is the business? Let's talk about this together. What is the business and how are we going to start it? I don't think you've given this man a firm talking to yet.
Yeah, he needs to be told, because
he needs a firm talking to.
That conversation where he sat you down and told you his wants, like he said he's looking for someone that can stay home
sit down
and blah, 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 that you now need to do the same.
Let's think of these plans.
Yeah, definitely. Like, when are these things going to materialize? Like, we haven't seen any action moving forward.
The first step?
But yeah, I think definitely before you are hasty and end it, I wouldn't, again, giving people the opportunity to change and answer for themselves before we make hasty decisions that they're kind of like not in the loop for. I would definitely just have a very serious talking to and just be like, listen, this is starting to affect me. You have to tell him, like, I turned down a well-paying job for you to stay here for our future, and like, you're making no moves. And it's good that in his mind he thinks he's going to be a millionaire, but when is that going to actually come into fruition?
Like, in all of our minds,
you can't think you're going to be a millionaire.
Please, you can't think it. It's not something you can manifest and not do absolutely fuck all about it. You need to do something. And also, if the only reason, I would say leave him. Do you know why I say that? Because the only reason why she's staying with him is because she's afraid to be single at 25, because you get shot in the face
25.
if you haven't met a partner at 25.
25, you're so...
when you're 25 and you haven't met anyone, they line you all up and they shoot everyone in the face. Remember, that's the law. When Labour came in power, that's what they did now. So I do get your fear about it. Girl, if the only reason you are with someone is the fear of being get out.
Because it's true. She didn't really say anything.
She didn't say he's lovely, I love him. We don't spend time together.
Yeah.
We don't go on holidays. I come home to a messy house. He's playing game.
Playing PlayStation.
Do you know how irritating? I like play games.
But do you
know the frustration of coming home to a jobless man that's playing games all day?
With the messy house. So you're working and then you're taking care of the household. And then he's just sitting there fantasizing about being a millionaire, but he has the audacity to lay down the laws about what he wants to talk about. He wants a stay-at-home wife.
What's the plan?
How can I stay at home at this rate?
Where's the home? In fact,
exactly.
What's the plan? What is the fucking plan? I've got business plans. I'm going to be. What are we doing?
Yeah, he needs to.
Faith without works is dead. Have all of the faith you have in the world, but work. Do the thing. Go and work. Please.
I totally agree.
And I know the off-license job that he's doing, he just uses this to manage himself.
Yeah, just to buy his little
just to do whatever he needs to do, blah, 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 to buy points on Call of Duty.
He can't...
I don't know if you can buy points.
He can't like be the provider that he wants to be, working part-time at an off-license. Impossible.
And just imagining plans.
Exactly. Just thinking that they're just going to come to fruition. No, like, so you have to put the work in. And he sounds like a talker. Guys like that, don't let them finesse you, because they'll talk. Next thing you know...
No action.
You know, so yeah, I actually, like, deep in it, I do think that, like...
That kind of talk, I swear, when he starts talking about shut up!
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's just, it becomes... But the thing is, that's the thing that does happen, though, because you talk so much, it's hard to be supportive in that situation. And then people turn around and say, oh, no, you're out of order.
It's about women.
Yeah, exactly. But it's really hard, because more time, I feel like, before women get to that point, we've heard it. Like, we've heard all the fantasies. We've heard you talk about your goals, hopes, and dreams. Like, okay, now what are you doing? It reminds me of, like, Issa and Lawrence's characters in Insecure, when he just kept on saying he wanted all these things, but he wasn't fucking working.
The annoying thing about that is that sometimes you're not leaving and now become the millionaire.
That does happen.
For God's sake.
That does happen. But you have to remember, if this is going to help in any way, they weren't going to do it while you were there.
Also, this man's not going to do it.
Yeah, he's not.
It's
you sometimes leaving them that gives them to pick up their backside.
Yeah. This man's not going to do it. Let's be honest.
Situation.
Yeah, so I think you should leave him if the only reason is out of fear of being single at 25.
Agreed.
Next dilemma.
Hi,
Tolly and Audrey. I've been a diligent listener of the podcast since my final year of university. You ladies have got me through the pandemic when I would sit in the socially distant library with my headphones on, blasting. It was both of you in my ears. I was 3 months with no human contact during that time, but your episodes gave me all of the company and comfort I needed. Thank you. You are both greatly inspiring, and your insight and wisdom will be greatly appreciated on my dilemma.
Okay.
Onto my dilemma. I've been working as a social media journalist for 4 years now, and worked with no pay as an intern prior to that for 3 years. Jesus Christ. I finally have my dream job.
Okay.
But in both my previous roles, 1 year, and my current role, 3 years, I've had managers who don't want me to progress. That's why I left my last job. Tolly, you used to work at BuzzFeed, so you know the trials and tribulations of how difficult it is to even get a job in the media, let alone get a promotion as a black girl on top of that. 8 out of 10 people in my department have received promotions. Some of them have had 3 promotions in 1 year, while I've had none. I decided to speak to my manager about this, and she said, I'll say this to you as a friend. If you want a promotion, get a job somewhere else.
Okay.
So what will you say to me as an enemy?
Thanks for the encouragement.
As an enemy, what can you say if you can say that as a friend? I found this incredibly helpful. She also referred to my work, which I put my all into, in front of my entire team as filler content for the company. Oh, and
That's
that when
rude.
I'm on annual leave, it's great because it's not visible in our workload.
Well, that is rude.
However, when she asked me to do things for her on 121, she tells me how much of a star I am, LOL, and sings my praises. Don't get me wrong, this job has many perks. I travel to countries all the time, gifted frequently, work from home and have a salary that allows me to live in zone 2, so it's not all bad. But I'd love to progress and see my efforts acknowledged. Do I stay or do I go? The job market is bare for my niche. And when I have looked or have been approached from roles by other companies with jobs that do intrigue me, the salaries are less than I currently earn. Help. Appreciate the advice and support in advance.
Ugh. Do you know what? I would say the opposite of our good sis. I think that she does need to leave, but not but yeah, I mean, definitely because the promotion thing. But you're not valued in this.
You're not valued in this company, and I think there's something very interesting about starting somewhere as an intern. You're actually never valued.
Yeah.
I clocked it. I was worked in a publishing house, and I initially started there as an intern, and like gradually was offered a full-time role, and they saw me as an intern the whole time. Like I had to leave that company for my progression, and I think even if I don't think you're using your bargaining tools well enough in terms of like bargaining for a better pay. Like there is a world when I think we need to be more brave in that way to be like, we can be like, here is the pay I want, especially if they're approaching you to take you. If like a job company is approaching you, like we really want you, okay, cool, match my pay or more. Otherwise, 100%. I'm not leaving sort of thing. And if the money is more important to you than everything else, you just have to put this woman, just ignore her.
Yeah.
Because I think the perks are great and they mean a lot to you. And I get what you mean in this industry, like in the media industry, is fucking dire at the moment. And if you're able to earn a decent amount as a journalist, you're doing good, boy.
Yeah.
There ain't no money right now in that field. So you're in a good position. And also, I think pull this woman up on it. I think your next one-to-ones when she's like, hey, you're great, I think you're amazing. Just be like, do you know what? I don't know if I am sometimes, because you kind of like, your views are contradictory, because sometimes you've mentioned about when I'm away, you don't feel the workload. Like, repeat what she said back to you so she knows you heard it. So she knows you didn't see it as a little, just a running joke, we're just joking. Now I'm taking it personally.
Yeah, definitely.
And I say pull her up on that.
Yeah, definitely. That is 100% personal for her to be acting that two-faced.
What do you mean when you're on leave?
That's crazy.
It's great.
Like, I don't like managers like that they want to start doing all of that in front of the team, but when it's me and you are sweet. That's a very like confusing headspace to be in. But yeah, I just think that, you know, clearly a promotion and stuff like that is very important to you. So you may have to go somewhere else and make the sacrifice that doesn't pay as much and doesn't have the perks, but there probably will be career progression there, unfortunately. Like it would be nice to say that there are, you know, places of employment where you have everything. You have a great boss, you have great working hours, it's a great salary, you know, there's progression opportunities, but usually you have to take 2 out of 3, like with all companies. And I just think that it sounds to me like you're really keen to work your way up the ranks. Like maybe you've done all that you can do at this particular place. So yeah, for me, if I wasn't feeling valued and you're saying that certain people have been promoted 3 times. You haven't been promoted.
And then you're overlooked.
Exactly.
So it's
personal. It's giving personal. So at the end of the day, there's clearly scope for progression there. So what is it about you that's making them not want to acknowledge like your hard work and stuff? Like, I think for that reason, I would consider leaving, and I would consider, you know, possibly taking a pay cut, doing whatever it is I need to take. However, if that's not possible because you do like your lifestyle, the perks are great, then yeah, you might have to just accept that.
Pull this woman up and accept the shit, sorry.
Pull her up, definitely, and see what she's got to say when you address it. But then maybe just accept. I mean, things might change. Do you know what I mean? Like after you talk to her, things may very well change. You never know. You won't know until you do it. But I just think that, yeah, if leaving isn't an option because you don't want a pay cut and all the rest of it, then this is kind of like what you have to put up with whilst you're at this place. But I would definitely leave if progression was that important
I think so. I remember before leaving BuzzFeed, there was like applied for a role to be like go higher, promotion basically. And it was like the role was internal first and blah, blah, blah. So I applied for this role and like you were doing interviews internally. And I remember having an interview. And then I think I said this before and she was just like, oh, like, you know, you being like young and black, do you think the staff will take you seriously?
That is so racist.
I was like, sorry, what?
Yeah.
I was like, what's that got to do with anything?
The young part, cool, but the black part, damn.
The woman who got it for me, she might have looked 10 years older, but I was older than her.
Yeah, what? Oh,
yeah. Like, and I was just like, I said, would you say this to anybody else? I was like, have you ever said to anyone else getting interviewed? I was like, you being young and white, why would they not take me seriously because I'm young and black? And I didn't get that promotion, but I left shortly after.
Yeah,
so.
no, that's
there's that.
Yeah,
and I think they think they're doing something to be like, I'm just I'm just being for real.
Are you a money or a title person?
Money.
Same, bro. Like me, I will be editorial assistant for 50 years if I get a pay rise every year.
If it pays me,
give a shit and I'm getting.
You can say the office whore.
Yeah, literally title.
Okay.
Office hoe.
Like, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Because people ask, what do you do? I work in an office. Nobody needs to know my official title.
No one needs to know. Do you know what? We caught a guy out, me and my friends. Like, he basically was emailing, my friend was talking to him, but he was changing his signature every time he would like send her stuff. And then he accidentally, like, I don't know if he forgot to do it or if he forwarded something on from someone else that had his actual title. So she was just like, are you fucking an executive or are you fucking a director?
Yeah, that's embarrassing.
But that is very embarrassing. But I mean, I say all of that to say, I wouldn't necessarily go that far. But if I've been doing the same job and I get to, because sometimes in a role, the title doesn't change, but your responsibility does.
And do you know what? What's going to change? My CV when I'm applying for a new
exactly,
role.
because I'm going to say that I was a senior writer. Bro.
Even says, editor of the Times newspaper.
Exactly. Who gonna check me, boo?
Especially if it's a thing where it cannot be checked. And I will list. So?
Yeah, exactly. Because I can be, so long as I'm getting the experience, I'm getting the money, I'm getting the recognition, like I'm not that bothered about titles. Like I'm that's me personally.
I think you have to pick what's important to you. And if the promotion's important to you, call your manager out. Do you know what? Regardless, call that woman out.
Yeah.
Nobody should be saying that
anyway.
to you. Yeah. And like repeat back to her what she's saying to you because that's insane.
Agreed. Okay, next dilemma. Hey guys,
hello.
I'm scared I'm feeling a type of way about a man I really, really, really shouldn't be with.
Oh.
As in, I started to love him again. My Ghanaian mum and aunties are telling me to forgive him for what he's done, and I've told them the whole story of his wrongdoings, and they are adamant that because he's a good man and I'm committed to him and married him, I should stand by him. What did he do? It's mad because it's like I can't stand this man, but I still love him. He's been my husband for 15 years and he cheated on me, and I want to know how to resist the urge to not let him back in. We've been separated for close to a year now. Please help. For extra context, he cheated on me twice, once with his male personal trainer, who's 10 years younger than him, and apparently the PT got an STD. It was such a surprise that he was into men. The second time, it was his white female colleague from work that he had a one-night stand with, and she got pregnant with twins. He is Nigerian and Jamaican. So I don't know. I don't know why she added that context.
It's so fucking what? You fucked me off. Why didn't you lead with this?
Yes, you should have led with it. But I guess we're here now. My God. And
do you know what it is? No one's getting rid of twins.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is? Double homicide twins.
Double homicides, yeah. Ain't nobody doing that. Damn, I wonder if she did keep the babies there.
She did, for her to know. Because otherwise, how would you know it's pregnant by
twins?
Yeah,
true that. Yeah, twins, you have to be quite far. Yeah, true. Aye. My God. I can't encourage
your mum and your aunties are insane.
No, this is how you know when
I'm so sorry.
Our aunties and elder generation are completely obsessed with marriage. Like they're like, so long as there's a man, it doesn't matter. Like put up with anything, put up with disrespect. There's just a man. This is why men think they're the prize. It really is because of our old pick-me mums and aunties. But I digress. Listen, sis, I'm sorry. I can't sit here and
You want to resist the urge. What urge?
I don't think. I'm not going to encourage you to take that man back.
I can only assume. You're older, married for 15 years, blah, 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 blah. I can only assume. What is the urge? Is it how nicely he treats you? Is it how respectfully he treats you? Is it that time when he, was like, got a PT because he went to work out, but then he was fucking his PT? Is it the time where he met this lovely white woman at work and he got up and had twins, beautiful twin babies? Is that the time that felt good? Is that the the good memories that keep you bringing back to him? Is that what you love about him? No, it is not. It is your loneliness that's killing you. It's the pressure. And the pressure that is killing you. Cut that shit out. I'm sorry. That's insane.
Yeah, there's not a world in which I'm going to encourage you to get back with him. I'm going to say the feelings that you have that you want to stay away from him. He's making you sick. I think you need to lean into those feelings a lot more.
He should make you sick.
He should make you sick.
He's a sick maker.
It's disgusting. Like, he's a liar. Like, I'm assuming he didn't go into this relationship telling you he was a bisexual man. He is cheating with his colleague. He's cheating with his PT. He's obviously not using protection. So your health is now at risk because the person has an STD.
The PT having an STD, you still went to bareback somebody else and then had twins with them.
Right, that part.
What are you bringing? So obviously he's not protecting himself with you.
It's not, yeah.
What's the urge?
Sister, respect is in the gutter. This man doesn't respect you. He really doesn't.
Please stop going to your aunts and aunties for advice. Drown them out. Like I said, it's you that has to sit with this man that you actually cannot stand. Mm-hmm. And the love that you have is a lingering love that you've had for years. You've been with him for years, or whatever. No is the answer. No, you shouldn't get back with him.
I totally agree.
No.
There's no redeeming qualities. There's no saving grace here. There's nothing. The relationship needs to end. You'll move on. You'll be absolutely fine.
Because I think cheating is obviously awful, whatever, and there's no evidence of it. There is children from you cuckoo break my heart.
It's like evidence.
Why don't you just open up my chest, take my heart out, and just like chop it up,
stomp on it,
like liver, just chop, eat it like steak.
Yeah, now there's like evidence of your
mad.
Of your just.
I can't trust you anyway. Even gym to lift weight, you're fucking
exactly nowhere safe.
There's nothing you cannot do to me.
You have no limits.
There's actually nothing that you cannot do to me. Mm-mm. You can't go gym with that fucking. You can't go to work with that fucking. So what of the club? And those are the things you know. I promise you, this is not just.
100%.
I assure you. And the only reason why you knew about the gym guy was because of the STD. The only reason why you knew about the colleague is because of the babies.
So he's leaving trails of evidence.
There is more.
Yeah, definitely.
There is more.
100%.
And someone like him is this flagrant is fucking about the town.
I can bet everything I own that
he is fucking about the town.
He's done a lot of fuck
and
shit.
I really want you to sit in how shit this is. So when it's time, mummy comes to you and says, "Oh, he's a good man." Where is the evidence of him being a good man? Where has he been a good man?
You didn't say anything about him being a good man.
Replay this thing and know that this man has been fucking.
And she was so angry when she said this.
Backing.
She didn't even give us any love.
No, she was fuming.
In the beginning, no. And I'm not mad at it.
I'm not even angry because I know you were like, bass.
Exactly.
But why didn't you leave with the PS? You thought we were going to be like, give love a chance again. Fuck love. Fuck that man and fuck them twins.
Whether it was the beginning or the end, like, sis, the answer was going to remain the same. You need to leave this relationship alone. Move on. You'll be absolutely fine. Like, and the thing
will be hard.
It'll be hard. Blah, blah. Yeah, you'll miss him, but at least you'll have your integrity. Do you know what I mean? And you'll have your peace of mind knowing that, like, you're not worrying about what else. How can you trust someone like that? You can't. Like, anytime they step out, you're going to think they're up to no good. That's no way to live.
He still has to go to work.
Exactly.
For his cardiovascular health, he still has to go to the gym. And now there's nowhere safe. Now look, every day you're worried. No, do not get back with that man is my simple answer.
Yeah, same.
Next dilemma. Hi, ladies. I feel like I need to start by saying how much I love you both. This podcast has made me laugh out loud more times than I can remember. And you both never failed to put a smile on my face. Aww. So a bit of a backstory. My mum and dad were married for nearly 30 years, up until a few years ago. Myself and my 3 sisters, I'm the eldest in my early 30s, and my sisters range from mid to late 20s, all knew their relationship wasn't perfect, but didn't think anything was too out of the ordinary. However, a few years ago, I got a call from my dad who told me he's been in a relationship with another woman. Let's call her Rachel. For the last 10 years. This completely floored me as I couldn't believe he could be capable of something like this. On top of this, we found out that our dad was hiding money away and using it to fund his new life. I've had minimal contact with him in the last few years and haven't met Rachel, whilst my other sisters have met her and will go around to his new house and play happy families. The problem is that they're all nice and act like everything's all great when they are with him, but they're bitch about them to me, but worse in front of our mum. This really upsets my mum, and she and I can't understand how they don't get how much this hurts her so much. They say they don't want any regrets with our dad, but what about my mum? This has created a bit of a divide between myself and my sisters. Do you have any advice on how I could talk to my sisters? I don't want to fall out with them, but I'm also not compromising how I feel. Our mum confides in me with everything, as she doesn't want to talk to my sisters about this. I feel a bit silly getting upset and worked up about this, as I'm probably too old to be getting upset about my parents' divorce, but here we are. So for the long dilemma, if you do read this, then thank you. If not, writing this made me feel a bit better. I don't think you're silly at all.
No, it's
I don't care if
valid.
I'm 68 and my parents got divorced. I'll be sad. Like,
I don't.
and also, you're grieving what you assume was a perfect family.
Mm.
Your parents, in your eyes, were married for 30 years. Okay, it wasn't perfect, but the last 10 years of it was your dad had a whole other life.
Yeah, there's not perfect and there's like a whole double life that
Like,
your dad was living.
Your mourning lies. What you thought was great was actually not. There was a whole other family, there's a whole other woman. Rachel's been here for 10 years. Your dad has been giving Rachel money. So of course you feel away. And then your sisters are now like, oh, Daddy and Rachel and Kiki and going around to go see them. And whatever their reason they're doing with that, you can't tell your siblings not to have a relationship with your family. Cool. But the conversation needs to be like, hey, I'm not telling you guys not to go see dad or whatever, but I don't think you should have the conversation in front of mum.
Yeah.
You might not know this because she doesn't talk to you about this, but it does really upset her. And just consider her as a woman and not just a mum.
That part. Yeah, no, I totally agree. I don't think that you're wrong for feeling the way you do. I feel like sometimes when we get older, first of all, we get a lot of dilemmas about people's parents' relationships.
Yeah.
Like lately, like that feels like that's being, I feel like, as you get older, the family secrets come out.
Yeah,
it comes to the surface.
shocking.
Like all the things that you've been protected from for so long, you're just innocent kids living your life and then suddenly you find out the tea.
Yeah.
And, not to make your story fodder, but there is something comforting in knowing that all our families are fucked.
Yeah.
And I will say that to you as well. Like, you're not the only one. Like, everyone's families have got secrets. Everyone's family's like fucked up in some way. But yeah, I totally agree. I think that, it's interesting because I hear this so often from like my friends who have dealt with like step parents or like parents moving on or whatever. And sometimes they're the kid that just can't get over it. And they just look at their siblings. Like, I've got a friend like that. And he's just like, their dad, he just can't forgive their dad for being like a deadbeat.
Yeah.
Basically, but his sisters, they just like treat him like dad, and they just do, and he really struggles with it. And I think that that's just something to consider, that people deal with things completely differently. You don't have to force yourself to be in a better space. At the end of the day, this was the woman that your dad had an affair with. It's not like your parents split up and then he went and, started again. I think you'd have a different reaction to it. So give yourself grace, give yourself time. But yeah, you can't police how your sisters want to deal with it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I think for them, it's not that they don't care about your mum or anything like that. I think they're just trying to make themselves feel better in a situation that's really shitty.
And when they come back to bitch, they feel like they're like, oh, they're making your mum feel better.
They're trying to play both sides. Exactly.
Yeah.
They're playing both
Fuck
sides,
off.
100%. But they don't need to do that. Like, we all know everything's not hunky-dory. You don't need to come over here and like cosplay being upset, because clearly when you're over there, you're having a whale of a time. Do you know what I mean? So I think
Rachel's food.
So I just think to protect your mum, yes, absolutely, don't talk about this woman, because you don't know how you're triggering the mum as well. And I know we see our mums as like so strong, but yeah, like you said, they are like women before mums.
Your mum knew that it was the 10-year affair. What if it was news to her?
Exactly. Yeah, and now you're adding more tea and just telling her more inside scoops.
And now she has to watch her children.
Yeah. Be cool with them. I mean, if it were me, I would have been like, I would have kept her at a distance for a little bit.
Yeah.
Let my mum cool off a little bit. Let her get used to this new setup and stuff like that. I don't know. But again, I get it. I understand the desire to just keep things ticking over. And I think that's what the sisters are doing. But at least, listen, like, power to you, because you're riding out for your mum. And I think you should continue to do that. And also just because you're not ready yet anyway. So in that, just like back your mum, let her know that you've got her, kind of thing. But yeah.
Tell your sisters to stop that.
Yeah, tell them to keep that over there.
I'm not saying don't go see Dad and Rachel,
like,
but don't come back with the tea with mum. Like, she doesn't like it. It's not
100%.
Nice. Stop that shit.
1,000,000%.
Next dilemma?
Next dilemma. Help. My boyfriend is a backseat cook and it drives me crazy. Oh, what does that mean? Hi, ladies. In true receipts fashion, I couldn't help but tell you how much light you guys bring to my life. It's truly healing listening to your podcast. Having no older sisters myself, you two are like the big sisters I've never had. You are both so wise and authentic, and it's truly inspiring. Oh, thank you. On to my dilemma. I love my boyfriend, but something has been niggling at me for some time now. Some context. We've been together for nearly 2 years. We met traveling in Asia and moved to a new city to a room in a house share together after a year of being together.
Nice.
I'm 26 and he is 36. This man is truly the man of my dreams. He is the kindest person I've ever met. He's adventurous, passionate. We share the life views and have the same dreams for our future. He is good looking, funny, earns decent money and treats me like a princess, is incredible in bed and has a great relationship with his family. He's also been patient and understanding with me as I've confronted a lot of demons in our relationship after being in some turbulent, controlling relationships in my teens and early 20s.
Sounds great.
He feels like my first genuinely healthy and safe relationship, and we've had an incredible time together so far.
Okay.
However, he can be critical and nagging sometimes. I can be messy, disorganized, and I think I potentially may have ADHD. Whereas he was raised by his mum and is incredibly tidy and organized. He has said that his mum can be nagging and critical, which bothers him, and I think he does the same to me. It especially comes up when we are taking turns to cook. He's a great cook, and I think I am too, but I tend to be experimental with my cooking and not read recipes because they are boring, laugh out loud. Whereas he is very methodical. He is a lot older than me, so he can give me useful advice sometimes, but mostly it drives me crazy. Cooking is something that I love to do, which brings me joy, even if the outcome isn't what I expected, but he's starting to make me feel like I'm not very good at it and that I'm not good enough at keeping on top of other domestic tasks, even though I feel like I'm trying so hard. He's admitted that he can nag and be critical and agreed that he will try less to do so. He also told me that I can be sensitive and defensive, which I know I can be due to my past relationships. His constant criticisms and jabs at how disorganized I am are getting me down, but I know that sometimes he feels he takes on more of the domestic labor. How do I resolve this with him? Is he being controlling, or does he genuinely want to help me be a less scatty person? I don't want to let fear of being controlled again ruin what is otherwise such a great relationship, but have also worked too hard on myself to let someone make me feel bad about myself. Would really appreciate your help in this, both. Thank you.
Life is so dynamic.
I know, boy.
Because do you know who would love this dilemma? The woman whose husband was the PT and their work colleague. She would absolutely
the lazy millionaire.
Love this dilemma. Will get her
juices,
so pleased.
Get her juices flowing.
And life is so dynamic. This sounds like, oh God, I don't have a car and my jet's run out of petrol. Completely get where you're coming from. I completely get the fears of like being in something that has been controlling. So you're really like wary of anything that might seem controlling, any sign that might seem whatever. You started this, I was saying how incredible this man is, how safe you feel, how understanding he is and blah and all of that sort of thing. And yes, you might try your hardest to be tidy and blah, 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 blah. But if someone is just like, oh, babe, can you clean that up, whatever. Nagging is annoying.
Very much so.
It is incredibly annoying. The back end cook, I can't lie to you.
Yeah.
You do it then, all right, babe?
Yeah, exactly. Do you know what I mean? If he wants to take over the cooking,
all right, babe.
Doing it.
All right, babe, you do it. I think you are like definitely dealing with the leftover bits of being in a shit relationship. So like if you're being something controlling, whatever, someone's like, oh babe, do you mind not doing that? You're like, you're trying to control me because of like what you've been through, whatever. But you said this man has been so understanding of what it is that you've been through. If he says, hey babe, finally chop the onions instead of cutting them, okay.
Yeah, and there was nothing about his.
Oh, babe, do you mind doing it then?
Yeah,
that sort of thing. I was like,
if this is more your thing, you do it.
And if you feel like he does do more of the domestic labor, that's probably why he's getting a bit aggy. And I find it like a lot of relationships with, let's say, women who do more domestic labor. You nag about like, babe, can you just put that away because you're like, oh, I'm always the one doing stuff, sort of thing. So I think you are having everyday relationship things of living with someone. I think you're having everyday relationship living with someone things, and I think you are using the leftover bad bits and bad relationships make it feel bigger than what it is. I think if you see them as things of like, oh, it's everyday nagging. And not everyday nagging is like, but it's like an everyday like, oh, babe.
Yeah, no, definitely, I hear it. And I think that nagging isn't nice. It is very annoying.
Yeah.
And I don't want to like undermine your feelings because obviously you feel aware about it. And I think there is something about people that are like good at everything, wanting to take over every space. And it's like, you don't want to be methodical about the way you cook. You just want to have some fun. And he sounds like he's got that in him to maybe be a little bit OCD. And the thing is with people like that is that the way you do things is never going to be good enough for them. You kind of just have to accept that you're two different people and just be like, yo, like I do things my way, you do things your way, and try and meet in the middle. Like if it is a thing where maybe you are a little bit like your mess is kind of like trickling down onto like his side and it's kind of just causing a bit more chaos, just try to be mindful of that. But generally, I just think you're two different people and that in this case it's like opposites attracting kind of thing. But I also think that you've got a good starting point to have an open conversation because he says he's nagging. He knows he's annoying.
So if you're like, babe, now I'm sensitive, but...
Exactly. So at least he's aware of that. So it's not like you're dealing with someone who is completely closed off to the idea of having the conversation. You can like, it sounds like he's someone that's going to be easy to talk to. Just talk to him about it. Just be like, babe, do you know what? I can't lie. Like it gets a little bit on top of me when you like nag me about little things. I'm going to do it. I'm going to get on top of it. But I just feel like...
And like, unlike a backseat driver where we both have to be in this car, we're a backseat cook. All right, babe, at the kitchen.
Sous chef.
It's my cooking day. Yeah, like it's that way of this, like, no, I don't need you in here. Thank you very much. I will do it and bring it out.
Yeah.
So there's a way to be like, remember when I'm cooking, not allowed here.
Yeah.
Like set a kind of like banterful rule.
Yeah.
So like when I'm cooking, it's my time and then we'll eat. When you're cooking, it's your time and then we'll eat. If I ever need a sous chef, I'll bring you along, babe. Like in that kind of like, I was like, nope, at the kitchen.
Yeah, because don't be coming here trying to tell me how to do my thing. You're cleaning up behind me. Like, I will make all the mess and then clean up after. Like,
to be fair, I know I'm saying whatever, but like that thing pisses me off.
What, when people are like tidying up behind you?
When I used to cook at my mum's house, that's not how you do it.
Yeah, and honestly, my mum does it all the time.
Well, if you don't know what I'm making.
It's so annoying. Like, let my recipes land.
Yeah, like, you don't even know what I'm making.
Exactly.
Have you put, but you don't know what I'm making?
Let it land first. Yeah, I hate when I don't like it when people are in the kitchen when I'm cooking.
Yeah, same. I don't like it either. Like, just
it's
get
like
out,
my private time.
Out,
like, I don't like it. Like, you know.
But I think it's my to tell him to like, babe, when I'm cooking at the kitchen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I think you've got, like, again, I don't want to undermine it, but it sounds like you've got a really nice guy and I wouldn't hyperfixate
And I want
on
you
this.
to enjoy it.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I just want you to enjoy and having a nice, lovely guy, and don't let these horrible people from your past ruin this one as well.
Agreed.
Yeah. Next dilemma.
Next dilemma.
Next and last.
Next and last, baby girl.
Dear Tolani and Audrey, you're great. You know it and we know it. Thank you for being authentic. The podcast would not be what it is today if you weren't open about being so genuine and honest. Gratitude.
Thank you.
Here we go. My boyfriend of 8 years, classic drams, wants me to visit his family more. We only go once a year at Christmas, but I don't like going. And we always get into an argument about it beforehand. I don't like visiting his family. They live in a dead town in the middle of nowhere.
They'll recharge, man.
Rolling hills and sheep. Nowhere, just small village that takes money and 5 hours to get to. Think new built estate, but in like Midsummer Murders.
Damn.
Okay, I see it. This is the only sticking point in our relationship because I never expect him to do anything he isn't happy doing. I'm quite happy for him not to come and see my family, for example. I never put any pressure on him to come. I should also mention that his parents are welcome up here anytime, but they have a dog and we said that they'd have to come without their dog. We don't like the barking or dog hair getting on everything, which makes visitings up there more difficult to arrange. His relationship with his parents is also passive-aggressive. In my family, we're all very honest and direct and know where we stand with each other. When visiting his parents, it always feels like there's some underlying intention, which makes me feel uncomfortable. I have told him all of this, but I think he's most concerned about how it looks to his parents when I don't come. It looks like I don't want to go, which is accurate. So my dilemma is, should I stick to my guns and just say no, I don't want to go, or give in a few trips a year to make him happy, which doesn't seem fair. But I'm looking objectively.
How is that not fair?
I think you should give in a couple of times.
Of course. Like, what the heck?
Do you know what, right? Consideration, it is the highest form of love. And sometimes like, having to consider someone, like, it dents your ego. Be like, oh, why, man? I don't want to do it. Like, as in, like, having to consider someone can be a bit of a dent on your ego because you don't want to do it.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes in healthy relationship, friendships, like, I just do things I don't necessarily want to do. It's not harming me. It's not like I go there, his parents are like, you dumb bitch, and they're racist or they're horrible to me, or I don't feel it's just a bit dead and boring. I will do, if I'm okay to be bored a few times a year if it's going to make my partner, who I love, happy.
100%. Like, I was like, girl, this is, it's giving
He's
selfish.
not saying let's go every weekend.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe let's do Christmas, Easter,
exactly,
and Diwali.
And I'm assuming his parents live far enough to the point where you can't see them all the time, even if he wanted you to do that. So, like, you started off the top of the email saying that you have to go there once a year. It's such a chore. Once a year. Like, I mean, come on.
You can give it 3 to 4.
Come on. Like, you can do that a few times. I get it. But, you know, you're not going to be stimulated all the time. Life is not always going to be bored. Life is not always going to be perfect. It's not always going to be a siesta. You're not always going to be jumping up and down and having fun. Sometimes, whether it's relationships, whether it's, you know, with your family, whether it's in work, you have to do things that are a little bit out of your comfort zone. And again, it's not as if you're going to go and sleep outside and sleep in the woods. Like, you're going to a town. Yeah. Or they're hoarders or something.
It's a dead town.
Yeah, exactly. But I didn't hear anything in that is a good enough reason. You just don't want to do it. And I don't think that's a good enough reason. Sorry. I think, you know, in a relationship, and like in relationships, especially like with the family thing, like you said that you don't care whether he comes to see, like that's you. But I think most people want their partners to be integrated with their families, to have a good relationship with their family. And fair, if that's not important to you, that's not important to you. But I think more often than not, is important to people.
But I'm sure there's also things that it's important to her that he just does because it makes her happy.
Yeah,
I'm sure
definitely.
there are
But
things
maybe
that,
just
it might not be
don't wanna know
family,
about
it might
it.
not be blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
but maybe there's sometimes that he doesn't really want to do it, but like, or whatever, it makes you happy, so I'm just going to do it.
Yeah.
Like, I just compromise. Like, just consider the person and compromise to be like, this brings you joy, this means something to you. I get it if you say this man is asking you to go there every weekend.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't want to hang out with your mum and dad every weekend. Thank you very much.
There.
But 3 times a year to just go chill out in the countryside.
Take a book.
Take a book, unwind, get off socials, be present in the moment. And maybe it's boring because you know you don't want to be there so much, so you're not present. Mm-hmm. How about you try getting involved? Like, how about you try playing some games? Like, you pull your finger out.
Sometimes when you get involved with something, time goes faster.
Honestly, it really does.
Like, I don't want to fucking be here. But as soon as I'm like, do you know what? Let me get into this thing.
That's how I feel about speed awareness courses.
Yeah.
I don't want to fucking be there.
But I'm not into it.
But I'm just like, I might as well actually learn something. Yeah. There's a reason why I'm here.
Exactly.
So, I think do that for your boyfriend. Like, that goes with
honestly
that's a no-brainer.
People should be bored more often.
Yeah, exactly. That's not a good enough reason.
It's okay to be bored.
That's not a good enough reason
Take
at
a
all.
book.
But you don't even have to, I don't even think it's possible in this day and age to be bored. Even if you go there, unless they actually have even if you don't have Wi-Fi, you're not going to die.
Take
you can
book.
talk,
yeah.
You can chat, you can take a book, you can play games. There's so many things.
It's not even like it's asking you to go there without him.
Yeah,
exactly. You're still going to be here. So like, cool, whatever. Yeah, no, do it to make your partner happy.
Sneak off into the,
roll about in the hills.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Get a cheeky.
I love a hill. I just want to go in the hill and just roll down.
Yeah, go to the woods and
activate your playing out. Activate being fun again. You bring the fun into it. Sometimes something is not boring. You're boring.
Yeah, exactly. Bring some fun to the situation.
Being boring. Yeah,
but you need to be packing your things.
I think I think you should absolutely do something for someone you love because it makes them happy.
It's just a no-brainer.
Something that's not harmful to you.
I just feel like it should be natural to like want to do it. I get it. Like there's things that you don't want. I get it. Like trust me. But
is that not in every relationship ever?
Yeah, it's in every aspect of life.
I don't want to do this.
Even at work. I don't want to do that task. But I don't have a choice.
But even sometimes it's like your friend is going to some restaurant and it's like, I don't want to go to this thing, man. Yeah. Oh, but you show up.
Yeah, you
go because that's what you're meant to do. Mm-hmm. Like we are meant to show up for each other.
Absolutely.
Show up for your partner, for goodness sake.
Yeah, hard agree.
Yeah.
Hard agree.
That's it.
And that's all, folks.
If you have any additional points, anything you'd like to say, please. And I would also like to repeat that this woman must leave that man.
Oh, yes, the cheater.
Do not take any urge to go back to that man. Mm-hmm. Please rewind and hear what we say again. Leave him. Your mum and your aunties are wrong.
They are
Age does not always mean they are right. They are incorrect. Mm-hmm. They are misleading you and misguiding you, and they want you to be as miserable as they are in their shitty relationships. I think some older women actually get annoyed that we think you should enjoy marriage.
That we have options.
Yeah. They actually get annoyed that we have the freedom to be like, I'm not doing this anymore. What else can you do?
Yeah, because they stayed for the same sort of shit or even worse or whatever, so they think that we should.
Why should you?
It's a new day, honey. You don't have to stay for shit.
To you.
And on top of it, your health is at risk. Girl. Like, you're literally at risk. So, you need to evacuate that situation.
No, leave that man.
Effective immediately.
Please. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Leave him, sis.
I've been your girl, Tolly T.
And just call me Audrey.
Bye.
This episode is brought to you by Spotify.